Hello everyone, my name is Caden and welcome back to more, if it'll show up on the screen. Oh! Game? There we go. Chaos Child. Last time we began Karusu's route, the real Sky route apparently. And yeah. Oh yeah, Kawahara just came in and let's not talk about Kawahara. I don't really feel like it. So, I also don't know if this episode is going to be super short or not, because I think we are starting to get close to this ending, and if we're going to get the final true ending, I'm probably just going to make that its own episode, so for all I know, this episode could be like 10 minutes, and if it is, I apologize, but again, I just feel like it'd be better situated. Anyways. The tension drained from the room, and I could finally take a breath. I'm very sorry about that, everyone. That must have really scared you, huh, Yuto? I'm glad you told him no, big sis. I don't think I like him either. It didn't seem like Kawahara-kun was very popular. Not that I didn't understand why. Takuro, I should apologize to Yuto. No, I'm used to it. Oh, I know. I'll make some tea. Let's try and cheer up a little. The tiny room was soon filled with the scent of British tea, and peace finally returned. However... Arimura, what's wrong? Nothing. That's a lie. Arimura kept shooting glances at Nono, as if she was thinking about something. She lied. And then the next day... Man, this room is so cold. Don't you guys have a heater? Hey, why are you still here? I told you, it's part of our club. You don't seem to be doing anything newspaper club related, though. That's because you're not getting a singing instructions club president. I told you, I'm letting people do their own thing for a while. What? But without instructions, poor little Hinai doesn't know what to do. You really make me want to punch you, right? I don't see the problem. We're always bored all the time anyway, right? But bye. See, Kurusu-senpai gets you even if you don't. Oh, these cookies are good. Armor was already digging into the tea and cookies that Nono had made. Is this Okara? Oh, you can tell. Someone gave me some Okara, so I tried it out. It makes me happy though. Takuro never understands that stuff. Understanding this stuff has nothing to do with information. Knowledge needs to be used for other purposes. Yes, I get it. Armor grinned as she watched us. What? Wow, you two look just like a couple. Don't be stupid, we're family, so it's normal. That's right, we're family. Family, huh? What? Nah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, there was something I want to ask you two today. That's why I came here. So you've just been wasting time here for no reason? If you wanted... excuse me. If you wanted to do something, you should have just said so from the start. Kurusu-senpai, you're friends with that girl named Misawa Senri, right? This is weird. Huh? I leaned forward, surprised by hearing that name now. You remember you were talking about yesterday, right? So I was curious about the details. Yeah, the two of us in Kawahara-kun used to play all the time in elementary school. So what was she like? Why are you asking this? No reason. I was just a little curious. I was curious too. Misawa Senri was the girl we'd seen in H Tokyo General Hospital when I was a kid. The one we'd left behind. I'd always thought that she might be the killer, but now I knew that I was wrong. I'd only seen her for an instant, but she had a huge effect on my life. Thinking back, it was strange that I hadn't asked Kurusu for more details about her before. Kazuki must have been interested too, because she was leaning forward and listening intently. Great. Senri was a very quiet girl. She didn't like crowds and didn't really play with the other kids. But she was really nice. I see. So tell me about her family. Well, I'm sorry. I don't really know a lot about her family. Can we please stop talking about this? Why are you not talking about her family? But you were friends, right? Friends don't normally know that much about each other's families, do they? Anyway, I have to get dinner ready. Why are you running? Oh, my apologies. My journalist blood's got the better of me. Journalist bloods? You've never written a news story in your life. Anyway, we don't want to stay too long and be bothered. We'll be heading home. You spoke! Arima grabbed Kazuki's hand just before she could take another cookie, then stood up. Look at me, Sheriff-senpai. I knew you were gonna try and find a way to get us alone. Hmm? Why me? The killer hasn't been caught yet, right? No real rights there would let two defenseless girls go home alone in those conditions. That's got nothing to do with being a right-sider. Okay, we're gonna borrow me Shiro-senpai for a little bit. See you around. Wait, I still didn't say I... Alright. I ended up walking them home despite my protests. Alright, start talking. Why do I have to do this? I'm not even sure what they came over for anyway. To talk to Miyashiro. And on top of all that, Arimura had fallen strangely silent. Kazuki was always quiet, but experience had taught me that whenever Arimura wasn't talking, it meant trouble. Of course, it usually meant trouble when she was talking, too. We walked along in silence before Arimura finally opened her mouth. Kurusu-senpai is lying. Yeah, I'm not that surprised.
Huh?
What? And she's hiding something about me and Misawa Senri. My heart thudded loudly. How can you tell? How can I tell? You know about my power, right? That's true, but... she was lying. Nona was lying. To me, of all people. I was worried about me and Misawa Senri as well, but between the two, that was the bigger shock. Are you... sure? Want me to show you my power again? I could see her D-sword floating out of the corner of my eye. No, that's fine. Nona really is hiding something. But why? I actually figured it out yesterday, you know, when she was talking about Kawahara-senpai about Misawa. Yeah, I figured. Kurusu-senpai said that Misawa Senri was dead, but... was that a lie? Does that mean Misawa Senri is actually alive? Well, that seems to be what Kurusu-senpai thinks, at least. She's alive. Misawa Senri is alive. But why would Nono have to hide that? And she says she didn't really know much about her. That was a lie too. What Arimura is saying is probably true. Nono actually does know about Misawa Senri very well. And she believes that she's still alive. But why does she think so? There are two possibilities. One is that she knows for a fact that Misawa Senri is actually alive. The other is that she just wants to believe it. But then why has she been insisting that she's sure Senri is dead? Well, at this point, we know Ono ate Serika's behind the murder, so maybe it doesn't matter. This still bothers me. I do have to wonder... I mean, sure, I feel like there's gotta be some connection between Inoue's existence and Misawa Senri's existence. I don't know what, but I feel like there's gotta be something. Anyway, Miyashiro-senpai, we can go the rest of the way on our own. Senpai? Ow! What's wrong, Kazuki? Why did you scratch me like that? That hurt! I've been talking and you've been spacing out. That's right, right? Oh, I see.
あの
Should I maybe not have said anything?
いや、
Oh,
いいんだ。
no,
別
it's
に
fine.
大したこと
It's
じゃ
not
な
a
い。
big deal.
そうですか。
Really?
だったら
I
いいです
hope
けど。
so. I said goodbye to the two of them and headed back to the apartment. The whole way back, I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that Nono might be lying to me. Why? Why, for someone who gets on everyone else's cases about lies, Nono is keeping quite the big one herself. And it's all revolving around Senri. For what purposes? The same questions kept spinning about in my mind. No secrets between family members. Keep this promise and no matter what, so that we don't get torn apart again. Nono was the one who'd said that. No secrets. No lies. That was the one promise that kept us together. But... Hey. Oh, welcome back, Takaru. When I got back, Nono was the same as ever. Did they get home okay? Yeah, I only saw them part of the way, though. There was no sign of the awkwardness that had been there when she was talking about to Arimura. However... about what we were talking before... Before? About Minamisawa Senri. I'm sorry. Can we please not talk about that? Why not? Because it really hurts to remember a dead friend. Dinner will be done soon. Can you clear off the table? Fine. It was obvious that Nono was avoiding talking about Minamisawa Senri. Maybe it didn't matter at this point. But still, something was bothering me, like a thorn pricking at my heart. Minamisawa Senri. Maybe I need to learn more about her. It was one thing to decide to learn more about Minamisawa Senri, but the question was how to go about it. I asked Kunosawa-san and Shinjo-san, but they didn't have much to tell me. They knew nothing beyond what we'd found in the basement of AH Tokyo General, which meant that I had to ask someone who did know. To be honest, I wasn't happy with the idea, but I didn't have much choice. Uki? Oh, Kawahara. If I wanted to talk to him, this was the best place to catch him. None would ask questions if I left the house in my school uniform, so I went without it. That meant I stood out like a sore thumb. I recognized some of the students passing by, but they didn't pay any attention to me. They just chatted with their friends as they walked by. I waited for about 30 minutes. Finally, he appeared from the other side of the school gate. Miyashiro? Kawara-kun frowned when he saw me. I knew he didn't like me, but he also probably felt awkward after what had happened yesterday. I wanted to talk to you. Is that okay? Did you come to declare war on me? Huh? What? You didn't come to tell me to keep my hands off Kurusu. If you did, I was prepared to respect you a little. Oh, Kawara-kun seemed to misunderstand how things stood between me and Nono. So? Huh? You wanted to talk, right? So talk. Kawara-kun didn't even bother to hide his irritation with me. People were staring at us as they walked by. Could we maybe talk somewhere else? Kawara-kun sighed and started to walk. I followed him. This place is good enough, right? He was standing on the side of the road without even a bench. It felt like his way of saying that he didn't want to talk for long. Out with it. Just so we're clear, I don't ever want to see your face again. I could tell from his tone that his hatred toward me was building. But I felt the same way. I just wanted to ask him my questions, get the hell out of here. You were friends with Minamisawa Senri-san, right? Minamisawa-san? Why are you asking about her all of a sudden? Well, there was something I was curious about. Not really. Kurusu and Minamisawa were friends. I never thought of her as a friend. I could tell from the way he'd acted the other day. What was Minamisawa-san like?
Just ask Kurusu if you want to know. She was a lot closer than I was.
Kurusu says she doesn't really remember.
She doesn't remember. That's impossible. Even I remember. Kurusu spent a hell of a lot more time with her than I did.
For example? Haru-kun glared at me, but then he sighed and started to talk.
Ever since I first met her, Minamisawa was always creepy.
Creepy?
She was always pale and gloomy, and she mumbled so much that you could barely hear what she said. Her only role in life was to make Kurusu look better by comparison. Kind of like you, maybe.
He laughed. He wasn't even trying to hide his disgust with me anymore. But I didn't care. So, what about her family?
Huh? I think her parents were caught in some weird religious cult.
Religious cult?
I don't remember the name, but every Sunday she had to go to some facility. I forgot where it was. I think she said it was some big hospital.
H Tokyo General Hospital.
That's the place. What, you knew about it?
No, not really. So Minamisawa Senri had been going there after all. But wait, did that place belong to some cult back then?
Oh, come to think of it.
He must have started to remember as he talked, because he was speaking faster and more clearly.
She always wore long sleeves to hide it, but I got a glimpse of her arms in gym class one day. They were covered with needle marks.
What the fuck?
Then she started skipping school. Thinking back, there was probably something shady going on. So my parents told me not to have anything to do with her, but she was always hanging out with Kurusu all the time, so...
Haru-kun's tone became sharper and angry as he remembered the past. As I listened to him, of course, I was remembering the girl named Minamisawa Senri. I was sure her parents had taken her to that research lab. She was undergoing experiments there every week. The goal, of course, was to awaken her gigalomaniac powers. I didn't know if her parents had agreed to the experiments, but it was easy to imagine that she hadn't wanted to do them herself. And there was one more thing I could tell from this conversation. That was... Hey, did Kurusu know about this?
Of course she did. Like I said, she was a lot closer to Minamisawa than I was. Minamisawa would always talk to her about her problems, and she knew a lot more about her parents than I did. But I told you something I actually heard from her.
I see.
Is that all you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, thanks.
What the hell? Why do I have to...
About to call Haru-kun and turned to go.
Hey, Mishiro!
I heard his voice behind me.
Tell Kurusu to start coming to school, and... if anything happens to her, I'll make you pay for it.
Once he was done talking, he walked off. But to be honest, I didn't care. What was important was that... Well, I'm sorry. I don't really know a lot about our family. Can we please stop talking about this? Nono really was lying to me after all. Why, though? Who is Minamisawa? Nono is hiding something. Something involving Minamisawa Senri. Even after she promised that she wouldn't keep any more secrets. Which meant that that was a lie, too. Is it? No. No, that would... There's no way it would be that, no. I'm not even gonna say it. It's too out there to be what I think it is. I had dinner and took a bath. Yuto and Yamazoe had already gone to sleep. Nono had her textbook out on the table. Even when she wasn't going to school, she was still keeping up with her studies. A weird question. Has Kurusu ever had a portrait in this game where her sleeves are rolled up? Has she? Because when I think about it, I swear I do not recall a single scene where she doesn't have her sleeves rolled up. Like, her sleeves are always covering her arms, right? No, it's... No, stop. That's stupid. It's too out there. She'd ask her friends about what subjects they were covering and kept up with them at home. As student council president, she was trying to set a good example. I got my Pokecom online, but nothing I was seeing was going into my head. I was trying to figure out how to bring things up to Nono. Come on, what is it?
何が
What's what?
さっきから
You've been wanting to
何
say
か言
something
いた
for
そ
a
うに
while
して
now,
るでしょ
haven't you?
どうして
How could you tell?
それくらいわ
Because
か
I
る
know
わ
all
よ
about you, Takuro.
タクルのことだもん
Is that because we're family? But then why?
ちょっと外
Can you come outside for a second?
うん
I went outside with Nono. Of course, we couldn't go too far with Yuto and Yamazoe to think about, so we only took a few steps out of the apartment. Nono followed after me, confused. She looked just a bit nervous, probably because she wasn't sure why I'd asked her to come out here with me. I turned around to face her. Huh?
何
What's
改まって
all this about? Are you gonna
も
tell
し
me
か
you're
し
in
て
love with me?
告白でもし
Huh? What are you
何言って
talking
んだよ
about?
いきなり
だって
I mean, you're bringing me
こ
out
んな
here on
夜
a
に
night
わ
like
ざわざ
this.
外に連
It
れ出
just
すなんて
kind of feels like it, you
そ
know?
んな感じ
I guess it's true that maybe you could interpret this situation that way, but that's a big maybe.
もうわ
Oh,
かって
come on,
る
I'm joking. You don't have to
冗談よ
panic like that.
そんなにうろたまあ
Well,
もし
even if it
冗談
wasn't
じ
a
ゃなか
joke,
っ
I
た
wouldn't
として
mind.
も
から
Don't
かうのは
tease me
よ
like
せよ
that. Took a deep breath to help me focus as I got ready to change the subject.
タクル
Takuro? A look of tension appeared on her face when she saw how I was acting.
あのさ
Listen, I want you to tell me
正直に
honestly.
答えてほしいんだけど
うん
Okay.
お前
Are you hiding something
僕
from
に
me?
隠し事してないか
In the end, all I could do was ask her straight.
え
Huh?
嘘
Are
つ
you
いてる
sure
こ
you're not lying to me about
とある
something?
んじゃないのか
Where is this
急に
coming from?
ど
Why
う
would
して
you
いきな
say
りそん
something
な
like
こと言う
that?
の
Nono said that with a fake smile. I could definitely tell. She was forcing herself to smile.
言ったよな
You said no secrets
家
between
族の
family
間
members,
に
didn't
隠し
you?
事はしないって
You're not breaking that promise,
あ
are
の
you?
約束破ってないかノノ
No, no. Maybe she had her reasons. But even so, I was tired of it all. I was tired of being betrayed. I was tired of having the people I cared about lie to me. There was a moment of silence, and it was Nono who broke it.
信じて
Her voice was so tiny I could barely hear it.
お願い
Please, believe
信
me.
じて
ノノ
No, no.
これじゃ答
I
えに
know
なら
that's
ない
not
って
an
いう
answer,
のは分かっ
but
て
for
る
now, please.
でも今
In
は
the darkness, I couldn't see the look on her face,
お願い
but her voice was full of sorrow and pain. Unless I trusted Nono, we could never be a family again. Nono had said that she wouldn't hide anything else. She'd promised that she wouldn't lie anymore. I was tired of being lied to. Like when I found out about my parents' death. I didn't want to go through what I experienced when I found out Serica was being behind the murders ever again. So all I could do now was...
分かった
Alright, Nono.
僕はノノを信じ
I believe...
相変わらず甘いねタクは
Oh no. You're always such a softie, Taku. A bitter voice echoed in the darkness. The clouds split and the moon shone down to reveal the person in the darkness. I was wondering when you'd show up again. Her D-sword shone in the moonlight, and a broken smile was plastered on her lips.
おのえ
Oh, no way. A cold chill of terror ran down my spine, and I could feel myself starting to sweat. I let my guard down. I thought that if I was lucky, I might never see her again. And I started to think that maybe I would be that lucky. I never thought she'd show up out of nowhere like this. Hi there.
いい気なものだ
Sounds
な
like you're having a good
来る
time,
その
Kusunono.
セリカ
Serica,
何
what
を
are you
しに
doing
来た
here?
の
Can't you tell?
あなたみたいな人
How
が
am I
考
supposed to
える
know
ことなんて
what someone like you
わかるわ
thinks?
けないわ。あなたみたいな
Someone like me, You're talking as if you're the only one that cares about me, Shirotakaru. I don't like that.
そんな言い方だな。気に入らない。私はあなたと
I'm
は
not
違う。
like you. I wouldn't do something to make Taku sad just because I
タクル
thought
が
he
望
wished
んでい
for
る
it.
からそんな理由をつ
I
けて
don't see the
タ
invisible
クルを悲
flames
しま
building
せ
up
ている
between
あなた
them.
とは違うのよ。
Well, it doesn't matter. If you want answers, I'll give them to you. I'm here to give you back what you gave me.
私がここに来たのは
Serika
お
laughed
前
in
から
twisted
もらっ
glee.
たものを返してやるため
This
だ。
wasn't the Serika I knew. The naive, ditzy girl that was always by my side was gone now.
もらったもの
What I gave you? I don't know what you're talking about, but there's no need for that. You can just go
その
home.
必要はないわ。おお。
That's awfully nice of
随分と
you.
気前がいいん
But
だ
I'm
な。
afraid that's not possible.
そういうあいにく。
Whenever someone
やら
does
れた
something
こ
to
と
me,
は
I like to
き
do
ち
it
ん
back
と
to
やり
them.
返す主義でね。
Just do something to her.
気をつけろノノ
Watch out, Nono. She's
お前は
after
報復
revenge.
するつもりだ
往復。
Revenge.
そ
I
う。
see. So you're here because you want revenge for my
あ
taking
なたはタク
Taku.
ルを取られた復讐に来たってわけね。
Oh dear.
でも
Nono pulled her D-sword from the void and readied it in front of Serika's face. I don't think that's what she means. But Serika didn't move a muscle. She just kept smiling. I don't think Serika wants to hurt. She wants to reveal.
血の気の多い女。
You're awfully
それがお
you're
前
awfully
の本
bloodthirsty.
性というわ
Is
け
that
か。
who you really are? Is it really what I think it is?
いいか。
Listen,
復讐というの
revenge doesn't
は
have to come by
何も
force.
力によ。どういう
What do you mean?
例えば。
For example,
お前が
what
必
if me,
死になって
Shirotakaru,
隠
found
し
out
て
the
い
thing
る。
you're so desperately trying to
宮
hide?
代タクルが知った。
What she's trying to hide? Nono really is hiding something from me. She just told me to believe her. Taku doesn't know yet, so I guess I have to tell
教
him.
えてあげな。やめて。
Stop.
ねえ。
Listen, Taku, that girl, Kusunono, is...
やめて。
Stop! Who is she? Nono's D-sword flashed down at Serika's head. There was a shower of pale sparks. Look, Taku, this is who she really is. You're not actually Kurusu, are you? Nono flipped her wrist around, and this time the silver light flashed upward. A roar of spiraling wind ensued. You're not actually Kurusu, are you? Even I could tell that Nono's stance was all wrong. Serika was easily deflecting her attacks and grinning all the while.
ねえ、タク。
Hey, Taku,
まだわ
you
か
still
ら
don't
ない
really know who she is?
その女。
本当の
Who she really
姿
is? Please, stop.
しょうがない
I
わ
guess I'll
ね
have to tell you then.
じゃあ私の
The
口か
truth
ら
about
教えてあげる。
Kusunono. Or
Yes,
more
no, no, no.
precisely. Stop. Minamisawa.
南沢
The
千里
truth
の
about
真実。
Minamisawa Senri. Yep. Minamisawa Senri and Kurusu Nono were friends. Nono was bright and cheerful, and everyone loved and admired her. Senri looked up to her too. Senri, however, was well aware that she was gloomy, that she mumbled, and that no one liked her. So when Nono first spoke to her, she was more confused than happy. She even wondered if Nono was trying to show off what a good girl she was by hanging out with a failure like her. In fact, that's how everyone else had seen it. But as she got to know Nono, Senri stopped doubting. The two of them just seemed to get along somehow. Senri was quiet, and Nono liked to take care of people. The two of them became fast friends. Minamisawa Senri was a dear friend to Kurusu Nono. But for Senri, it wasn't that simple. From her perspective, Kurusu Nono had everything you could ever want. She was jealous. She knew it was wrong to think that way. She knew she should never think that way. But the more she thought about it, the stronger the feeling became.
ののちゃんが羨ましい。
I'm so jealous of Nono-chan.
ののちゃんみたいな。
I wish I could be like Nono-chan.
星も
If only I'd been born under a lucky star like her.
のような星。そうすれば
then I'm sure I also would have. I want to be Nono-chan. That was Minamisawa Senri's wish. And then, 6 years ago, there had been a deafening roar, violent shaking, and a blinding light. And her delusion became reality. She became Kurusu. Kurusu Nono was right in front of Senri. Nono had been caught by a collapsing building. She was on the verge of death. She could barely keep her eyes open. There was nothing Senri could do for her. I don't want to die. There's so much more I want to do. I don't want to die yet. And then, her voice faded away. Senri would never hear it again. Kurusu Nono would never move again. Nono-chan. Senri cried. She knelt before Nono, whose eyelids were still slightly opened, and cried her heart out. Kurusu Nono was her only friend. The sorrow this loss created in her heart was unbearable. Not only that... Nono-chan, you know, I always wanted to be you. Why did you die? Tell me why. I should have died. I should have been the one to die. Even if I survive, I'm just gonna have to do more of those painful experiments. Even if I survive, nobody will be happy. If only I died instead of you. And right after that... And do you know what happened next? A magic sword appeared and Minamisawa Senri's body was enveloped in a strange light. And then amazingly, she found herself transformed into Kurusu Nono, the girl she'd always wanted to be. That was her, Minamisawa Senri's awakening as a gigalomaniac. So that's it, huh? We were so confused, looking for Minamisawa Senri this whole game, wondering what she really was. The truth is, she was right in front of us the whole damn time. And then poor little Minamisawa Senri buried the real Kurusu Nono, and then told everyone that Kurusu's body was her own. And thus she was reborn from an ugly duckling into a beautiful white swan, and began a wonderful second life. And she lived happily ever after. Well, Taku, how do you like the changelings, featuring Kurusu Nono and Minamisawa Senri? My pulse began to quicken, and I started to lose the ability to think clearly. I could feel my soul shifting within my body. The ground under me shook unsteadily. No, it wasn't just the ground. It was my whole world. Everything that made up the person named Miyashiro Takura began to shake. My head hurt, and I couldn't understand what I was hearing. What did I just hear? Is Erika really telling me that Nono is Minamisawa Senri? Nono is a gigalomaniac. I know that already. But her power is... No, her giggle power is the same as Arimura's. She can tell when someone's lying. Isn't that right, Nono? Answer me, Nono. Nono said nothing. She just looked very sad. You know, now that I think about it, I think I might have an idea what her real power is. Something that, now that I think about it, there was something very odd when this route began, which is that Kurusu could share a portion, was basically using the same power as as Serica. And then she was using the same, but then she said she had the same power as Hinae, where she could tell truth and lies. I don't think her ability is either of those. She copies abilities, doesn't she? She can copy other people's powers. Is that what it is? Because she wants to be like somebody else. Serica's lips curled into a mocking grin. How you really are such a dummy, Taku. You're helpless without me. What are you talking about?
Her
power is the same as Arimura Hinai's. She can tell when someone's lying. For someone who spent half of their life living a lie, she sure is a terrible liar. It's not a lie, What? Are you going to lie to me, Shirotaka, again? Oh, I'm... Kurusu, no. Serica must have thought Nona's words were the funniest thing in the world because her body was racked with laughter. Wow, I can't believe it. You're still capable of lying, even now. Man, you're shameless. Onoe. Fine, I'll say it one more time. Listen to me, Shirotakaru. That lying girl's power is... duplication. Yep, I had a feeling. She can copy other powers. Duplication? That's right. She's capable of imitating someone's appearance and voice down to the smallest details. That's her power. In other words... So everything she told you was a bald-faced lie. You were tricked. She's been lying to you since the moment you first met. Finally, I felt a shock run through my skull like I'd been hit with a club. No. I've been feeling that shock for a while now. But my mind was just so dull that I couldn't even think. It's kind of amazing, huh? I bet you never imagined she was so full of lies, did you? But you know what a nasty bitch Kurusu no, Mimisawa Senri really is. Instead of being sad when her friend died, she buried her friend under the earthquake memorial and then told everyone that her dead friend was Mimisawa Senri. And then she began a second life as the bright, cheerful girl who everyone loved. No! Really, it's amazing. A normal person would feel at least some guilt. I don't know how she was ever capable of being so happy all the time. Women are scary creatures. It's not true! What's not true? Serica's cold voice shot through the night like a bullet. You're a fraud, a liar, and a fake. That's who you really are, Mimisawa Senri. There was a mocking light in her eyes as she glared at Nono. Without even thinking about it, I closed my eyes and put my hands to my temples. Black doubts rose up and began to take shape. I'd seen Mimisawa Senri in my nightmares 1,000 times. I thought she hated me for not being able to help her. I thought she was the one behind the return of New Gen murders. And she was actually... No. That's not true. Astonishing. You're still saying that. But it doesn't matter. Serica laughed a little and turned around to leave. I thought I'd kill you, but I think I'll just leave you like this. Why? Because it's more fun that way. Go make your pathetic, miserable excuses to Miyoshiro Takaru. Get on the ground and cry and beg for him to forgive you. Of course, I don't know if he actually will. She walked off into the darkness of the night, her laughter echoing down the street. I couldn't follow. I was helplessly caught up in what she said, as if I'd fallen into a whirlpool. Takaru? I turned toward the sound of a hoarse voice. Nono was smiling at me weakly.
のの
No. She really is crazy. She can't expect anyone to believe those lies, can she?
あんな見えすいた嘘つくだなんて。
Roll up your sleeves. Roll them up right now. And let's see if she's telling the truth or not.
嘘
Lies? That's right. Of course she was lying.
あんなの
She's telling obvious lies to make us suspicious of
嘘
of
に
each
決まっ
other.
てるでしょ。私たちを
Lies?
疑心暗鬼に陥らせて
Who's the one
喧嘩
lying
さ
and
せる
who's the
ため
one
の
actually telling the truth?
セリカの見えすいた嘘。第一
Besides, it's impossible to
誰かと
just
入れ
switch
替わるなんて
places with someone like that
そ
in
ん
the
なこ
first
とで
place.
きるわけないじゃ
She's
ない。
crazy to ask you to believe her
あんな妄
delusions.
想を信じろだなんて。
Is
ど
it
う
really
か
just
し
a
てるわ。
delusion of hers?
タクル、
Takaru? Nono sounded nervous.
タクルは
Takaru, you'll believe
信
me,
じ
won't
て
you?
くれる。
のの
No.
私を
You'll believe me, won't
信
you?
じてくれるよね。
Nona's right. I can't completely trust Serica right now. There's a good chance that she really is trying to make us suspicious of each other. But was everything Serica said really a lie?
タクル、
Takaru. There was one thing I could say for sure. And that was,
信じて
is it okay to believe in you? That I wanted to believe in Nono.
本当に
Is it really okay to
信
believe
じ
you?
ていいのか
She said we were family. She said we wouldn't have any more secrets, and I wanted to believe her from the bottom of my heart. I didn't want to go through that anymore. I didn't want to be betrayed by the people I cared about anymore. Yeah,
分かった
okay.
僕は
I
ノノを
want to
信
believe
じ
you,
たい
No. I was probably saying that to myself, not to her. The real Kurusu Nono was already dead, and another girl, Minamisawa Senri, had taken her place. Serika's words had come out of nowhere, and I couldn't believe them, and had already said that I'd believe Nono when she said she was telling the truth. I wanted to believe, but...
タクル、
Takaru, do you want seconds?
いや
No, I'll pass.
朝だってあんまり
You
食べて
didn't
なか
eat
った
much
け
at
ど、
breakfast either.
ひょっ
Are
と
you
し
not
て
feeling well?
調子悪い？
別に
No,
大丈夫だから
I'm fine.
そう、
I see. I said I wanted to believe. But it wouldn't just be that easy for any human being. The more you want to believe, the more you try not to think about something, the more the tiny thorn in your heart digs deeper into you. I knew that was just what Serica wanted, but that didn't mean there was anything I could do about it. Are you two fighting?
もしかして、
Huh? Oh.
そ
Well, you've been acting kind of strange since yesterday.
よそよそし、のの姉
Are
ち
you
ゃん
guys
たち
fighting?
喧嘩し、
No, that's not
そんなことないわ
true,
よ。
right, Takaru?
ねえタクル、
ああ
Yeah,
喧嘩なんかし
we're
てな
not
い
fighting.
タクル兄ちゃん、
Hey, bro,
早
you
く
should
謝った方
apologize
がいい
soon.
よ。
だから
I said we're not
喧嘩して
fighting.
ない
Even
って
if we
言って
were,
る
how do you
だ
know
ろ
it's my fault?
だって、
Because
のの
whenever
姉ち
Big
ゃんが
Sis is
怒ってる
mad,
時
it
は
usually
大体
is.
そう心配しない
Don't
で
worry,
言うと、
Yuta.
別
Tucker
に
didn't
タ
do
クル
anything
が何か
wrong.
したわけじゃない。本当？
Really?
本当本当。
Really? Now come on,
そ
eat
れ
your
よりほら、
carrots. Oh, I hate
僕
carrots.
人参そんなこと言っ
If you
てた
talk
ら
like that,
強
you
い
won't grow up to be
男
big
の
and
子になれ
strong.
ないわよ。
Nono was bothered by it too, and it showed in the way she was acting. The doubts within me and Nono's unease had built up to the point where even Yamazoe could sense them. We'd fallen right into Serica's trap. And I knew for a fact that there was only one way to get out of this. It's not that I'm doubting her. I'm doing this because I believe in her. Because I want to believe. That's what I told myself over and over again as I went to the meeting spot.
まったく
Sheesh, at
俺
some
は
point
い
I
つの
think
間
I
に
could
か
become your
す
personal
っ
errand
かり
boy.
便利屋になり下がってしまったようだ
Shinjo-san's words were sarcastic when he saw me. But it made sense. I've been coming to him for everything lately.
本来外部の
I'm really not
人間
supposed to be
にこんな
showing
も
these
の
to
を
people
見せる
outside
の
the
は
police force.
関心
すみません
I'm sorry.
まあいいさ。
Well, it's fine. It's too late for that now anyway.
それよ
This
り
is what you asked
こ
for.
いつが頼まれていた例の物だ。
Shinjo-san took out a large envelope and put it on the table.
見
May I look at it?
て
そのために持って
That's
きた。
why I brought it here.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. What is this? I could tell my hands were shaking as I reached for the envelope. If I wasn't suspicious, there was nothing to be afraid of. If I believed her, there was no reason to hesitate. But I still wasn't sure whether it was okay for me to look.
どうした？
Well,
見ないのか？
you're not going to look?
いえ、
No. I opened the envelope and took out the documents inside.
そいつが
That's the autopsy report from Minamisawa Senri, who was believed to have died in the Shibuya
南沢千里の検視
earthquake.
資料だ。
Shinjo-san whispered and looked around him as he spoke.
何せ
A lot of the data from the earthquake period is Priest's body, and not just from Minamisawa Senri.
南沢千里に一応渋
We
谷
did
地震
DNA
の
tests for any victims of the earthquake whose bodies were too badly damaged to be identified.
身元が当然
Of course, Minamisawa Senri's body was heavily damaged by the fire, and so parts of her remains were sent for DNA identification.
じゃあ
And that body is really...
それなんだ。
About that, you can see when you look at the file, but both of her parents perished in the
南
earthquake
沢
as
千
well.
里という少女、そのせいで
So before they could match her body with the results of the DNA analysis, a close friend identified the body for us.
結果を紹介する
とある
A close friend?
クルスの
Kurusu Nono.
In other words, Nono was the one that told the police that it was Minamisawa Senri's body. That was the only reason that anyone ever even believed she was dead in the first place.
クルスノノの証言
Kurusu
の
Nono's
みによ
testimony
り
was enough to ID the body as Minamisawa Senri's, and it was returned to her family and buried.
遺
Got
族
so
に
far?
引き渡されて、
はい。
Yes.
よし。
Okay, then good. Then the
その
envelope
下の
under
封
it.
筒だが、そいつが
That's the
当時
DNA
の
analysis
DNA の
report. I
鑑
begged
定
the guy I know in forensics to take a look at it, and now I owe
鑑
him
識
a
課
bowl
を知
for
り合
it.
いに当た
あ、
Oh,
それく
I
らいな
can...
ら
おいおい、
I didn't mean it. I'm not so poor that I need a kid to pay my
子供
bills.
に出させるほど俺も落ちぶれちゃ
Shinjo-san
な
was
いよ。
laughing, but his salary probably wasn't that high. With payday coming up, it was probably a pretty big blow to him.
で、
So back on topic. I matched the analysis with the
俺の
information I
方
had.
で結論を言
To
え
get
ば、
straight to the point,
遺体の
body's
DNA
DNA
は
didn't match the DNA of Minamisawa Senri's mother and father,
父親、
which means
母親、
その遺体
The
は
body didn't belong to Minamisawa
南
Senri.
沢千里のものでは。
そういうことだ。
that's right.
Slowly. Slowly. Everything Shinjo-san had begun to sink in. The body that Kurusu Nono had claimed was Minamisawa Senri wasn't. But then why had Nono said that? Had she mistaken someone else for Minamisawa Senri? But how was that possible when they were supposed to be best friends? Had Sarika been telling the truth?
さあ、
So now the
それ
question
じ
is who
ゃ
the
あ
body actually belonged to,
南沢
but
千里のものと思われた遺体は
He motioned for me to
一体
flip to the
誰
next
だったの
page.
か。当時、身
there
元
were
不明で
348
DNA 鑑定に
unidentified
回され
bodies that
た
were
遺体
sent
は
for DNA analysis.
348。そのデータを詳し
After
く
going
検
through them
証
all,
し
I
てみた
found one
結
whose
果、
DNA matches to the point that I
それらの中から
believe she's the mother of the
おそら
person
く
we thought was
南沢
Minamisawa
千里と
Senri.
母子関係だと思われる極めて近
母子関係。
Her mother. In other words, it was the mother of the dead girl.
その
Who
人
was that? Shinjo-san took a sip of water to wet his throat. His next words were clear and unmistakable.
クルス・ユカコ
Kurusu
渋
Yukako,
谷地震で
the
圧
mother
死
of
した
Kurusu Nono, who was
Kurusu
crushed to
Nono no
death
母親
during the
だ。
Shibuya earthquake.
Everything went black. I thought about what he was telling me over and over again. The corpse that allegedly belonged to Minamisawa Senri was actually genetically related to Kurusu Nono's mother. Which meant... the truth.
南沢千里のもの
The
と
body you
思わ
thought
れ
was
ていた
Minamisawa Senri was actually Kurusu Nono.
クルス・ノノのもの
But he even recognized my voice as I spoke.
それは
Are you certain this is true?
データは
The accuracy of the data is beyond
だが
question.
雄弁にも
Instead of being sad when her friend died, she buried her friend under the earthquake memorial and then told everyone that her dead friend was Minamisawa Senri. And then she began a second life as a bright, cheerful girl who everyone loved.
Circa's voice echoed in my head. So she really was.
You'll believe me, won't you?
信じてくれるよね。
Why? What the hell? She told me to believe her. Why did she tell me to believe her?
おい、宮代君。
Hey, Mishiro-kun.
ひどく顔
You're
色
looking
が悪い
pale.
が
Are you okay?
大丈夫か
Yes.
はい。
とりあえず、
Anyway,
この
about
結
these
果について
results.
だが、
それなんです
About
か
that. Can you let me handle this for a while?
少しの間。
そう言うだろうと
I
思った
thought
よ
you'd。say that.
すみません
I'm。sorry.
まあいいさ。
Well, that's alright.
だが
But、I can't just
そ
ignore
のま
this.
ま
When
に
the
してお
time
くわけ
comes,
にも
I'm going to have to take action.
いずれと。
はい。
Right.
やれやれ。
Sheesh, I'm
俺も
such a
とんだお人よし
softie.
だな。
Shinjo-san kept talking after that, but I couldn't hear a single word he said. All I could sense was some dark things sinking into the pit of my stomach. I staggered back to home like a zombie in a graveyard. The lead weight in my stomach got heavier. There was a feeling inside me that I didn't recognize at all.
Oh, welcome back, Takeru.
その
Where'd you
ど
go?
こへ行ってたの？
No one was smiling back at me like always. But I could tell that she was trying to judge my mood. That only upset me more. It was so obvious now that what she was afraid of. Takeru? Kurusu no. The person I always thought was Kurusu no. The girl I always thought of as my stepsister. But in reality, this girl is actually...
ねえ、タクル。
Hey, Takeru,
どうか
what's
した？
wrong? Are you not feeling
もし
well?
かして気分でも悪いの？
My ears started to ring as she spoke. Lumps of emotion collided and fought within me.
どうしたの？
What's wrong,
タ
big
クル
bro?
兄ちゃん、
Are you
病
sick?
気？お布団
Should
敷
I
きま
lay
しょ
off
うか？
futon?
いや、
No.
それ
Why
は
don't you two go play outside?
二人はちょっ
Hmm?
外
Outside?
っていいの？
Can we?
ちょっとタクル。
Wait, Takeru, what are you saying?
何言ってるの？
Takeru was just here. We can't send him outside alone. It's too dangerous.
とアパートの近く
I'll
な
be
ら
fine
大
as
丈
long
夫
as
だ
I stay near the apartment. If anything happens, yeah, got it?
Okay,
Wakata.
got it. Uki,
Uki
let's
姉ちゃん。
go.
行こう。
Yeah.
あ、ちょっと。
Hey, wait!
We've been so insistent that they stay inside that they were probably eager for any chance to get out. They were gone before Noah could even finish her sentence.
ちょっとタ
Hey,
クル。
Takeru, what are you...
どういう。
Enough.
お前に
I
話
need
が
to
ある
talk to you alone, Caruso.
クレス
Cruz's expression tense when she heard what I'd called her. I had to say it. I had to ask. I had to know. If we were going to stay like this, if Caruso was going to stay Caruso, if we were going to be a family, it was best that I didn't ask. However,
ついさっき
I just met with Shinjo-san.
新庄さんに
新庄さんに
With Shinjo-san,
どう
how
して？
come?
調べて
I had him look into Minamisawa Senri's death.
南
I thought she'd get angry or be surprised. But she listened to my words without changing her expression at all.
ここに
I have the results of the DNA test
DNA
right
鑑
here
定の結果がある
for the body that we thought was Minamisawa
南沢
Senri.
千里だと思われていた遺体の
I tossed the brown envelope on the table, but Caruso didn't move to pick it up. She just said 2 words.
そう
I see.
That was all. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that when you told me you believed me? I was expecting her to say that, but she didn't. Instead, I was the one who spoke.
どうして
Why?
どうして言い
Why
訳
aren't
し
you
ないんだよ
making excuses? Why aren't you denying it?
どうして否定しないんだよ
だって
Because you already have your
タク
answer,
ルの
don't
中
you?
でもう決
だけど
Come on, deny it. Tell me I'm wrong. You're practically
違うって
admitting
言っ
it.
てくれよそれじゃ認め
Even
た
if she
みたい
denied
じ
it,
ゃ
it
な
wouldn't
い
change a
か
thing. I'd probably get mad if she was still lying. But even if I knew it didn't make sense, I still wanted to hear her say I was wrong. I want her to deny it. I still held on to a sliver of hope. I wanted to cling to the slightest chance that she had something that would make me think the DNA test was wrong. But instead, all she said was,
ごめん
I'm sorry.
And her word, she admitted it. She meant she wasn't really Kurusu no. I took my anger out on the table in front of me. What the hell? What the hell do you mean? What does that mean? Calm down, Takeru. How the hell am I supposed to calm down? Please, listen to me. It was all a lie, wasn't it? Right from the start, it was a lie when you said we were a family. It was a lie when you said you cared about me. Takeru. No secrets between family members? How could you ever say that when you were lying about your own goddamn name? That's not true, Takeru. It's not. What's not true? Tell me. I didn't mean to deceive you. I didn't mean to lie to you. But when I met you, I was already Kurusu no. I never wanted to go back to being Mimisawa Senri. I didn't want you to hate me, so... Kurusu was forcing the words out. But I didn't want to try to deceive you. It hurt me the whole time. I wanted to tell you that I wasn't really Kurusu no. But I thought that if you knew that, I thought if you knew that I'd lose the life I now had. If you knew I wasn't Kurusu no, the cheerful girl that everyone loved, but that I was really the gloomy, creepy Mimisawa Senri instead, I thought you'd hate me. When I thought about that, I was too scared to tell you the truth. I didn't try to lie to you. If nothing else, I want you to believe that. You want me to believe? Those words shook me even more. You want me to believe you? I'd lost the ability to control myself. I'd lost the ability to control what I was saying. You were the one who betrayed me. You did the exact same thing with the truth about my mom and dad. You lied to me the whole time. You said you'd never do that again. That was really just another lie, wasn't it? You said that our family wouldn't keep any more secrets, but you kept the most important secret you could. And now you want me to believe you. I can't believe you. I can't believe anything you say now. Takeru. Kurusu's eyes were overflowing with tears. But I couldn't stop myself from speaking. So what now? Are you gonna tell me a family member's supposed to believe in each other? Then we're not family anymore, are we? Never pretend you're part of my family again. I let it all out. When I was done, there was nothing left but emptiness. But even after that, I still couldn't forgive her. Her tears, her words, they all seemed like lies. And so, I'm so sorry. I watched as Kurusu turned and ran out of the room. But I didn't try to stop her. Damn it all! Smashing my fist into the table wasn't going to change anything. But I slammed my fist into it over and over again anyway. What the hell is this? Why the hell is all of this happening? Serika had betrayed me. Kurusu had lied to me. Everything I thought I had was turning against me. It was laughing at me as it fled away. I didn't know what to believe anymore. I didn't have anything left to believe in. Serika said she committed all those murders for me. Kurusu said she didn't want me to find out about her secret. Why? Is all of this just my fault then? I wished for a case that would shake the whole world. I wished for a family. That's why all of this happened, right? So that's it. It's all my fault. It's my fault for being here. It's me who's making everyone around me miserable. The victims of the return of the new gen madness. Yui, Dad, Ito, Serica, Kurusu, it's all my fault. Maybe I should just go away. Maybe I should just go and disappear forever.
頼むよ
Please,
誰でもいい
anyone,
僕
I don't care who, come
僕
kill
を
me.
消してくれこの世から僕
Just come kill me.
消
please.
してくれ聞いてるんだろ
You're listening, right, Onoe?
この絵
That's my wish. So,
それが僕の願いだ
I suddenly heard someone open the door and run into the room. Was it Serica here to grant my wish?
タクル兄ちゃん
Big bro,
今
Nono-san just said,
のの姉ちゃんと
did something happen with Big
Nani ga
Sis?
タクル
Taku-san?
The two of them were looking at me concerned. But I didn't have the energy to answer them. Kurusu didn't come back to the apartment that night. November 22nd, 2015. Sunday.
What am I doing? The rain started to fall, and the next thing I knew, I'd come here. I changed out of my wet clothes and into the old uniform I kept in the back of the dresser, and then looked around the room once more. They closed the place down, but they hadn't changed the locks or put a chain on the door. The spare key was in its usual place. They should have just let us stay here for a while longer then. If they did, maybe this wouldn't have happened. I desperately tried to drive the thoughts from my mind once more. Anyway, thanks to the key, I made it inside easily. I knew it was wrong, but I'd come here anyway. I had too many memories here. I need to come here to say goodbye to my past. All the furniture was still here too. It was much the same as when we lived here. But since there was no one to clean it, dust had built up on the shelves, tables, and floors. I softly ran my hand along the desk, and a streak of brown appeared under a thin layer of white. Who would have thought it would get so dusty if no one was here for such a short time? The day we left, it felt like we were never coming back, and I'd been terribly sad.
ただいま
I'm home. I whispered softly. Of course, no one answered. The place was empty. But still, this is where everything I had was kept. Everything I had as Kurusu Nono. I hated myself. The person named Minamisawa Senri. I'd always been alone, ever since I was a kid. At recess time and daycare, everyone would go out to the playground and play on the swings and slide. But I liked to stay indoors and read books. No, I didn't actually like it. I just pretended I did so I wouldn't have to interact with other people. Even at a young age, I already thought that any interactions with other people would just bring me pain and sorrow. I didn't change in elementary school. Instead of changing, my introverted personality only got worse. Now, after having lived as Kurusu Nono for years, I knew. If a person tries to stay in their shell, no one will ever try to get close to them. Why would they? They have lots of other, more fun things to do. They have lots of other, more fun friends to spend time with. That's why I was always alone. But that didn't mean I was bullied. For as long as I could remember, I'd always been worried about what other people thought of me. I was good at avoiding becoming a target. I tried my best not to stand out. I tried my best not to make anyone mad. That was my life. But I still hated myself. I hated the girl named Minamisawa Senri. One day I talked to my mom about how I felt.
お母さん
Mom, I want to be friends with everybody.
友達がたく
I
さん
want to have a personality that'll let me make lots of friends. Thinking back, that was my first mistake. That was when my own personal hell began. Mom took me to the lab. She told me that if I went there, they'd fix my shy personality. It was a lab that was affiliated with the pharmaceutical firm that my dad worked for, and had deep ties to the weird cult that my mom believed in. At first, it was just simple psychological tests. All the doctors there were nice. When the tests finished, they gave me candy. I started to look forward to going there. I was a child. I was a fool. At first, Dad was opposed to me going there, but after a while, he almost never came home anymore. Mom said he was busy with work. And then the experiments began to get more serious.
Jesus.
They would force my eyes to stay open as they showed me all kinds of weird images. They made me listen to this weird, creepy static for hours. Hot things. Cold things. Sour things. Spicy things. Nasty things. Nasty things. Nasty things. Painful 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 things. Again and again and again. They put weird machines on my head. They gave me drugs. They gave me dozens of shots in my arms. When my left arm turned purple, they'd use the right. When my right arm turned purple, they'd use the left again. No matter how much I cried and screamed, no matter how much I said I didn't want to go, Mom told me it was my task in life to go there and be experimented on. What they were doing there was special. I was chosen, so I couldn't tell anyone else. That's what she said. Mom wouldn't listen no matter what I said. But Dad, maybe Dad would. I longed to meet my father. And then one day I saw him in the middle of an experiment. When I finally saw my father again, he was like a different person. Not the way he looked, the way he felt. Before he'd been so opposed to me going to that facility, but now he said the experiments were for my own good. I was a small child with nothing left to believe in. The drugs ruined my skin. My hair would fall out sometimes too. I lost a few friends I had. Then one day, the scientists were all very happy with the results of the experiment. Dad was happy too. I didn't care. I just wanted to get away. Then the experiments got even worse. They gave me shots. My whole body hurt. I thought I might die. I fought back. They tied me to a chair. They put a weird device on my mouth. I couldn't even say it hurt anymore. And then I thought I saw someone looking at me from the door. Save me. If someone's looking at, please save me. Please. But there was no one to hear my voice. No one came to save me. I fell into despair. Despair at the past. Despair at the present. Despair at the future. There was no hope there. Only pain and suffering. If living is this painful, then I don't want to live anymore. I truly wished for death. And then it happened. She spoke to me for the first time. Are you okay? Huh? Oh, you're not looking good. Want to go to the nurse's office? What's wrong? Oh no, I'm fine. Really? Oh, I'm Kusunono. What's your name? Minamisawa Senri. Senri, huh? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Kurusu-san. Call me Nono. Everyone does. No. Yeah. She was a single ray of light in my dark life. Nono-chan was always cheerful and smiling. She was nice to everyone. There was always a circle of people around her. I couldn't bring myself to try and join that circle. I just had to sit there and watch. But whenever I did...
Senri, come join us. Let's all play.
She would shout to me. I could see the people around her frowned. Nono-chan must have known too. Some of them would just walk away when I went to join the group.
Just ignore those guys. They don't matter. We're friends, right? Aren't we?
Friends. You and me.
Huh? You don't think so, Senri-chan?
No, that's not it. But can I really be your friend?
What? Of course you can.
Of course I could. Those words made me so happy. They kept me going. They saved me. Nono-chan was cute and popular with the boys. Kara-kun and the other boys would gather around her. They were all after Nono-chan. I knew they didn't like me. Sometimes they'd say that the only reason I existed was to make her look better. But I didn't care. I knew Nono-chan didn't think that way. One day, Nono-chan asked me a question.
Senri-chan, why you always go home early?
I had no idea what to say. By that time, they were doing the experiments on weekdays, too. I was going to a weird place where they did creepy experiments. Mom had told me not to tell anyone, but... if I told her, she might think I was weird, but... maybe I could tell her. It's just me and my mom at home. So on my days off, I had to go do chores all day. Huh? I was surprised. Nono-chan always seemed so happy. I didn't know she had any problems at all.
Maybe it's the same for you?
Oh. Yeah. Maybe Nono-chan felt bad for me. When I thought about it, I couldn't tell her the truth. And it made me feel a little better to think that I wasn't the only one suffering. And then I started to hate myself. Nono-chan was honestly worried about me. So how could I feel that way? But still, I was jealous of Nono-chan. She was cheerful, pretty, smart, and everyone liked her. I looked up to her more with each passing day. I started to wish that I could become Nono-chan. But that was never going to happen. And the more I started to feel that way, the worse the experiments got. I never told anyone, but somehow word started to go around that I was going to some weird lab. My skin dried and cracked. My hair fell out. Eventually, I stopped being able to move my legs like I wanted to. And then came the day of November 6th, 2009. I was undergoing another painful experiment that day. On my way back, I became very dizzy and collapsed. I thought it was a side effect of the drugs they'd just given me. But it wasn't.
The earthquake.
Everyone on the street of Shibuya had fallen over and was crawling on the ground like me. The buildings collapsed. The trees on the side of the road fell over. Cars and trucks lost control and collided. The whole city turned into hell in an instant. I didn't know what had happened. The experiments had caused my legs to shrivel up and I couldn't walk right. Someone in the fleeing crowd pushed me over and I had to drag my wounded body home. Jesus Christ. Mom was dead. It happened so fast. She had that same self-satisfied smile on her face that she always had. This is for your sake. This is a sign of your faith. Those were the words she'd always said when she'd made me suffer. And now she was gone from the world. Without suffering at all. I felt a feeling that I'd never felt before. It wasn't sorrow or loss. A while later, someone came from the facility to tell me that Dad had died as well. He'd been unlucky enough to be in Shibuya for a meeting during the earthquake. I still didn't feel sad. At the same time, the people from the facility told me to evacuate to the hospital. They'd been showing me these strange pictures and said that they'd seen some kind of symptoms develop. They didn't want to lose a valuable guinea pig. Even with all that going on, I couldn't tell what they were thinking. Mom was dead. Dad was dead. Did I still have to undergo more experiments? Did I still have to suffer? There was nothing left to tie me down anymore. I smacked away the big hand that reached out for me and ran. I kept running, not even knowing where I was going. I still don't know how I ran on those weak legs, but somehow I found the strength. I didn't want to go back to that lab. Ever. That was enough to keep me going. And after I turned down many corners and scrambled over a bunch of rubble, I found her. Nono-chan. Even buried in the rubble, she was beautiful. Senri-chan. Nono-chan, are you okay? I'll save you. I couldn't just let her die. Nono-chan was my best friend. And more than anything, she was the person I wished I could be. If she died here, I'd have nothing left to live for. I desperately tried to move the rubble off her and save her. I was too weak. That's right. There was nothing I could do. I didn't want to abandon her, but there was just nothing I could do. It hurts, Senri-chan. As more time passed, blood started to trickle through the rubble, and her voice began to get smaller. Mom. Where's Mom? I looked around and saw a grown-up's feet poking out from under the rubble behind her. They seemed like a woman's feet. Your mom is just fine. I'm glad. She'll be fine. She'll be fine too, Nono-chan. Senri-chan. Nono-chan grabbed my arm. Her hand was surprisingly cold. No, I don't want to die.
This is hurting me.
I'm sorry, Mom. I can't. Tears poured down from her face as she slowly closed her eyes. Nono-chan. The strength left her hand. No matter how much I cried, no matter how hard I hit her cheek, she wouldn't move anymore. I cried. Nono-chan's death meant the death of the person I looked up to. It meant the death of my hope. It may as well have meant my own death. Nono-chan, I want to be you. Even in death, she was pretty. But what about me? My hair was a mess. My face was covered with soot. I must have cut my face somewhere too. If someone was going to die, it should have been me. I should have died instead of Nono-chan. And then I saw something strange. It was like the wings of a huge bird, soaring through the skies. Or the hands of a Holy Mother, coupled in prayer. Organic, yet inorganic. I was so entranced by it that I didn't even realize that someone had come up to me. Did you see a little girl around here? She was about your age, looks kind of gloomy. It was one of the men who'd come to take me to the lab. When I didn't say anything, he sighed and walked off. It didn't make sense. Weren't they looking for me? Huh? I gasped in surprise at something I saw in the corner of my eye. It was a piece of glass embedded in the wall of a collapsed building. I could see Nono-chan reflected in pieces. But Nono-chan was right at my feet. The Nono-chan in the glass was looking at me in surprise. I took a step closer, and so did the girl in the glass. I tilted my head, and so did Nono-chan. No way. I turned into Nono-chan. I looked around for something else that would show my reflection. I picked Nono-chan's phone off the ground and used it to take a picture of myself. I was Nono-chan, I couldn't believe it, but that was reality.
私が
I'm Nono-chan.
のちゃん
What had happened? Did it have something to do with that headache? Or that weird sword I'd seen? Maybe it's because of those awful experiments. But it didn't matter. If I can just become Nono-chan.
のちゃんになれば
If I could just become Nono-chan, I wouldn't have to do any more experiments ever again. I'd be free of the chains of pain, sorrow, and loneliness that bound Mimisawa Senri. I could spread my wings as Kurusu Nono and fly off into the beautiful blue sky. The flames were already spreading from the collapsed building. Nono-chan, I'm sorry.
ちゃん
I'm sorry. I apologized again and again as I dragged Nono-chan's body out of the rubble and put it in the fire.
Well, fuck me.
The smell of burning hair and flesh stung my nostrils, and it was only then that I realized what I was doing. I quickly tried to grab her body and pull her out, but it was too late. Soon her body had turned to black ash, and I passed out. When I woke up at the hospital, a new life as Kurusu Nono awaited me. All my classmates, including Kaoharu-kun, came to visit me. They were nicer to me than they'd ever been to Mimisawa Senri. Fortunately, nobody questioned if I was really Kurusu Nono. Nono-chan had been buried as Mimisawa Senri, based on what I told the police. Even in that unprecedented disaster, I still thought they might get more suspicious. I was astonished at how easy it was. For a while afterward, I felt guilty at how worried everyone was about me. I was terrified they'd find out. My personality in particular wasn't something I could quickly change. I'm sure a lot of things I said struck people as wrong. But time was on my side. Everyone simply decided that I was traumatized by the loss of my mother and friend, and were actually even nicer to me. And at some point, I got used to pretending to be Kurusu Nono. I mastered the role and stopped feeling guilty. Soon I really was Kurusu Nono. That was about the first time I saw the boy in a coma named Miyashiro Takaru. After that, I was taken in by Albadorm. Then Yui and Yuto came. Takaru came too, still in his coma. I took care of him every day. I nursed him back to health. We fought. Not long after, we opened up to one another. And we became a family. Takaru left the dorm. We became a family again. We stopped being a family. In the end, I stopped being Kurusu Nono. I was back to being Mimisawa Senri, the girl who lied to her family for years. But
じゃあ
what else was I supposed to
私
do?
はどうすればよかったの
Was I supposed to go back to that lab as Mimisawa Senri? Be experimented on as a gigalomaniac? Spend my entire life suffering in that dark, damp building? Without anyone ever loving me? And die as a guinea pig with no happy memories, no warmth at all? Was that what I was supposed to do?
だったら私は
If so,
何の
why
た
was
め
I
に生まれ
even
てきた
born?
の
I wanted to live. I wanted to be happy. That was all.
私だって
I knew it too.
分かってた
I knew that was all a lie. All the smiles, all the kindness, all the friendship. They were all for Nono-chan. They weren't for me. They weren't for me, Misawa Senri. Takaru's voice echoed in my mind.
It was all a lie, wasn't it? Right from the start. It was a lie when you said we would be a family. It was a lie when you said you cared about me. I can't believe you. I can't believe anything you say now.
If he knew the real me, if he knew me, Misawa Senri, would he accept me?
ねえタクル
Tell me, Takaru.
私は
What am
ど
I
うすれば
supposed
い
to
いの
do?
これから
What am I supposed to do now?
どうすればいいのかな
What could I do now? What was important to me?
私は
I... Fuck me.
the pain is impossible. I took a bite out of the simple meal of margarine and toast. There was nothing else. There wasn't the usual meal of crisp lettuce or juicy tomatoes or tasty hot dogs or eggs cooked just the way we liked them. Just plain toast and milk. Yuta was ignoring the toast before him and watching me carefully. He timidly opened his mouth. Hey, big bro. I knew exactly what he was going to say before he said it. Where'd Big Sis go? He'd asked me that many times over the last day. I told you. She went to stay with a friend. You're lying. You cut me off before I could finish. That's a lie. Big Sis wouldn't go over to a friend's house without saying anything to us. Yuto-kun... I didn't expect them to believe it either. But I wasn't sure if I could tell them the truth. Even if I did, they wouldn't believe it. How could I expect them to believe that she was actually a girl named Mimisawa Senri who'd taken Kurusu Nono's place using something called Giggle-maniac powers? It was much better not to tell them the truth. It's better not to tell them. That's right. There was nothing I could do. If the truth wasn't going to make anyone happy, it was better not to tell them. No secrets. That was just a means to an end. I knew that. But I still couldn't accept it. As a family, we had nothing strong to bind us together. We were just a group of people living under the same roof. That promise had been a symbol of what bound us as a family. That was all. That's why I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept that she lied to me. Hey, big bro, why are you lying? That's right. I was lying to you, Yuto and Yamazoe. Did I have the right to criticize Nono? To criticize Minamisawa Senri? Did I have the right to live with them as a family? Big bro! Shut up. Huh? I said Kurusu went to a friend's house! I stood up and headed for the door. Takura-san, where are you going? Big bro! I shut the front door as if to block off his cries. Outside, it looked like it was about to rain. Of course, I hadn't brought an umbrella. And even if I did, I wouldn't feel like using it. What was Kurusu doing? Was she keeping out of the rain? I laughed a little. She was always the one who told me to take an umbrella when I went out. I don't think I came here because I thought Kurusu would be here. But maybe, just maybe, a part of me did. I was the one who told her that we weren't family. But maybe I came here anyway. Because I was seeking some small piece of what we had before. Kurusu wasn't here. But there were still signs of her warmth. Her room hadn't changed a bit since the first time I'd come to the dorm. There were just a few more things in it. Kurusu never spent any money on herself. Of course, part of the reason was that we didn't have any money, but even when we did, she would use it on me, Yui, Yuto, or Dad. Lily had told her to get herself some nice jewelry or something, and she said she didn't need it.
I'm Kurusu Nono. Call me Nono. Nice to meet you, Takura. What's wrong? Where's your answer?
Don't act like we're friends.
Huh?
We just met. Only Dokins call each other by their first names after they just met.
Sheesh. Huh? You don't have any friends, do you?
What?
If you think that way, you'll never make any friends.
Nobody asked you. I don't need friends.
And also, I'm not acting like we're friends. I am being friendly. From now on, we're family, so of course I'm going to be friendly to you. Takeru? Or are you just staring at me?
ずっと見てるんだ
If you're going to stare, you can help. Or are you having fun watching me try to get dressed and fail? But it's hilarious watching how I can't even pick up the shirt I dropped off the ground. Damn it. I used to be able to do this before the earthquake. So why? Why can't I do it? Why? Are you done? I want to help you, but remember what Dad said? You need to start by learning how to do your daily activities on your own. It may hurt now, but everything you do now will help you in the future. So let's try it again, okay? But don't worry, I'll be with you the whole time. You did it! You did it, Takeru! You can use chopsticks now!
I get it. Get off me. Ugh.
I almost choked. Oh, sorry. I was just so happy. I'm just eating a meal on my own. It's not that big a deal, no. No, it is a big deal. I know how hard you worked at your physical therapy to get to this point. Congratulations, Sakura. You worked so hard.
Come on, line up.
Is this about right?
Yeah, you two, get a little closer to the middle.
You go in the open space, Dad.
Okay, let's do this.
Wait!
What is it, Takeru?
Can I take a photo with my phone, too? Just one?
Sure, hurry up.
If you hit this button, it starts a timer.
Where?
Are you done yet? Let me meet my friend. Oh, it's fine. I'll do it myself. You get back over there, Dad.
Okay.
He took over for you.
Jeez, I just can't handle these new machines.
Alright, here we go. The red lights start flashing. Tiger, hurry! I know!
Come on, everyone, smile!
This just hurts. We really were a family. We may not have been related by blood, but as long as we were together, no matter what anyone said, we were a family. Listen, we don't keep secrets. We may not be related by blood, but we're more of a family than any real family. She used to say that all the time. What'd she been thinking when she said those words? Then I saw what looked like a tiny piece of paper under the bed. I reached my hand under and picked it out. It was a picture. There were two girls and a boy. The boy was Kaharu-kun. Kusunono was in the middle, smiling. And off to the side was another girl. Her face was scribbled out. Save me. It was the girl we'd seen in the lab. It was the girl who begged for us for help. If every day was like that for her. I couldn't bear to stay in Cruce's room anymore, so I left. Huh? I went outside but stopped when I heard someone below the stairs. I thought it might be Cruce, but it wasn't.
Mishiro!
Kaharu-kun saw me. His face tensed up as he approached. Kaharu-kun, what are you... I'm about to get punched, aren't I? Yep. He suddenly grabbed me by the collar and slammed me into the wall. Where are you...
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Don't you lie to me. I'm asking you why Kurusu disappeared.
How did you...
I went to your home. That doesn't matter. Where did Kurusu go?
Probably gone to the apartment and gotten out of Yutaro Yamazoe.
I was worried that he might have scared Yuto, but he pulled tighter on my collar and I couldn't speak.
Hishiro, you remember what I said before, right? I said if anything happened to Kurusu, you'll regret it. Don't tell me you forgot.
He did say that, but this has nothing to do with Yukawahara-kun.
What? This is a family problem. It has nothing to do with you.
His fist hit my face several times before I could finish my sentence.
Shut the hell up.
I was terrified when I saw how bloodshot his eyes were.
Family? It's got nothing to do with me. If you ask me, it's got nothing to do with you.
This time he kicked me, and I fell backwards into a puddle of water. Another sharp kick landed as I tried to stagger back to my feet. It hit me in the solar plexus and knocked all the air out of my lungs.
I spent so much more time with Kurusu than you ever did, and then you come along and try to take her away from me. Family? With a guy like you? Don't make me laugh. Kurusu just said you were her little brother because he took pity on you. And you took it seriously. How is it not my problem?
His fist cut through the air and smashed into my cheek again. I smelled something strange in the back of my nose as the flesh from my cheek dug into my face. I didn't care if he was hitting me. No. I was the cause of the return of the new gen madness, and I had hurt Kurusu, Mimisawa, in a fit of rage. Maybe I deserved it. But even so, it still pissed me off that I couldn't fight back.
What's so funny?
Nothing, just...
What? What is it, huh? Say it!
Just like I thought, the slightest provocation set him off. It was just a sign of how stupid he was.
What's wrong? If I'm not gonna say it, I'll hit you again.
Fine. If you really want to know, I'll tell you. Each time I spoke, I tasted something metallic in my mouth. But I kept speaking anyway. Kurusu doesn't give a damn about you.
What?
Actually, I think she hates you.
What are you talking about? Did she tell you that?
No, but I can...
What the hell? Don't lie when you don't even have any proof. Is this your way of trying to get back at me?
My chest, my sides, my back. I've got proof.
Huh? Tell me.
Must have bothered him because once I started to talk, he stopped hitting me. He was a small man. You hated Mimisawa Senri, right?
Mimisawa? Of course, anybody would hate that creepy girl. Who cares?
Kurusu knew all about how much you hated her. Do you think she'd trust someone like that? You're the one who she was only friends with out of pity.
Bastard! Pity! Don't you dare lie to me!
At this point, I was basically a punching bag. It felt like burning irons were being pressed all over my body. My sense of balance was thrown off, and the pain kept me from thinking. Everything stopped seeming real. I started losing the ability to think clearly. Maybe it would be better if I just... Carb spat on my cheek, but the rain washed it away. What? Are you done already? I forced myself to stand through the pain.
You're still...
What's wrong? I'm still alive.
Why? Why not just kill me?
何
What?
ほら
Come on.
僕
You hate me, right? I piss you off, right?
つくんだろ
Then just kill me.
だったらほら
Come on.
僕は
I won't
抵
fight
抗なん
back.
てしない
That's right. This is all my fault. What happened with Serica? What happened with the murders?
殺す
Kill me.
殺せ
Kill me. Come on, just kill me, damn it.
やって
And what
みろ
happened with
よ
Karusu? So,
殺して
kill me.
くれ
Please.
What the hell?
何なんだよ
You're crazy.
どうかしてるよ
A strange, nervous smile formed his face as I approached him. Then he turned around and fled into the pouring rain. After I couldn't see him anymore, I fell to my knees on the ground. I spit up a hunk of blood, and then let the rain fall down from the dull, gray, silent sky. Why?
どうして
Why didn't he kill me? I never should have been born in the first place. If I hadn't, then none of this would have ever happened. Yui and Dad would still be alive. Serica wouldn't have hurt anyone. And she would have been able to start her new life as Kurusunono. If it wasn't for me.
わかった。あなたのその
Harry,
望み。
If that's your wish, I will grant it. I felt something cold and sharp up my neck. I didn't have to turn around to see who it was.
おのえ
Oh, no way.
タク、
Taku?
Noi was behind me, smiling happily as she put the blade up to my neck.
やっと言ってくれたね。
Is that what you really wished
タク
for,
の
huh?
本当の
おのえ
Noi,
いつか
how
ら
long
そ
have
こ
you
に
been there?
ずっといたよ。
The whole time.
私はタ
I'm
ク
always
と
with
一緒
you.
だもん。
I always
子供
have
の
been,
頃
ever
から
since we were
そうだっ
kids,
た
you
で
know?
しょ。ずーっとタク
I'm
の
always
そ
by
ばに
your
いて、
side, and I
タ
know
ク
what
が
you
ど
want
う
me
し
to
て
do.
欲しいのかを知れ。
That's the only reason I was
そ
born.
のためだけに生まれてきたんだもん。
Oh. So that's it. I finally understood. No, I knew who Noi Serica really was. She was a part of me. In the truest sense of the word.
おのえ
Noi,
僕は
I...
大丈夫だよ。
Don't worry.
何
You
も
don't have
言
to
わ
say
な
a
くて
thing.
も、
I know.
私には分かってる。
Slowly, her blade moved just an inch. I could feel a warm drop of liquid run down my neck.
それじゃあ、
Alright,
行くね。
here I go.
Mm. This is for the best. This is... I slowly closed my eyes.
さよなら、
Goodbye, Taku.
タク。
The air shook a little. And there was a sound of something cutting through it. Without even feeling any pain, cold drops of rain were hitting my neck.
お前、
You!
I opened my eyes and saw... As herself,
海さん
Mimi saw it. It's Henry? No. It's...
タク。
Taku.
No, no.
クルスのの。
Kurusu, no,
い
no.
や
No, Mimi
南
saw
沢
a
千里。
Senri.
お前どうして
Why are you... Why do you look like that?
I'm done lying.
偽り。これが私の
This is who I really am.
南
This is
千里の
Mimisawa
本当の
Senri.
姿。もしも
Even if I lose everything now, I don't want to
全てを失
lie.
うことになった
I don't want to
とし
hide anything from you ever again.
もう
From my family.
嘘はつきたくないから。だから、
So even if it makes you
たとえ
hate
この
me,
姿であ
I decided to be who I really am. Nono stood in front of me with her D-sword in her hand. Mimisawa Senri, what do you want? It's too late. You know without me even saying it, right? I'm here to save Takaru from you. In that ugly form. That's right. This is who I really am. I see. That's funny. However... Don't get in my way. Your role in the game is finished. Nono flinched back in fear as the blade sliced through the raindrops. Her expression twisted in pain. No, you... It was only then that I saw the blood and the cut on her shoulder. You're still calling me that, huh? Get that! Your shoulder! I guess I got a little scratched. That's nothing. What'd you say? Told you stay out of this, you fake. I'm not the fake Kurusu anymore. I'm Mimisawa Senri. The real Mimisawa Senri. It was a type of resolve. You could call it determination. The determination to abandon the life she'd lived for years and be reborn anew. It doesn't matter who you are. All I have to do is grant Michiru Takaru's wish, and you're in the way. Takaru's wish? That's right. He wanted to disappear. He wanted me to make him disappear. So I'm going to grant his wish. That's the reason why I exist. So move! No, you can't. I won't let you. Serika's sword was designed to attack. But Nono's D-sword was heavy, and as hard as she was, it seemed hard for her to use. Nono wasn't Nono anymore anyway. She was Minamisawa Senri. She was feeling the pain from all the terrible experiments she'd suffered over the years. Serika's attack slowly started to push Nono back. Don't get in my way! Takuru's my little brother. I won't let you kill him. No. That doesn't... You're the one who destroyed your family. Even so, I... Go away! The blade shook like thunder. A swirl of wind appeared around Serika's feet. I told you to go away! The fierce blow knocked Nono to her knees. Her tiny thin neck was defenseless and exposed. Now die. A cold voice and a white flash. Anoe. I directed the weapon I'd pulled from the sea of chaos at her, feeling its heft in my hand. Taku. Why? You told me that you want to die. Yeah, I did. So why are you protecting her? She lied to you. Yeah, you're right. Then... But... Maybe it wouldn't be that easy to forgive her for lying to me. But everything she'd done for us, she'd done as a part of our family. Not as Kurusu Nono or Minamisawa Senri. She'd given us her love. And it was real love. It really didn't matter what her name was, where she was born, or what she even looked like. What I truly wished for was to once more... I see. So that's what you truly wish for, Michiru Takaru. In that case...
Serika looked up and smiled, then readied her weapon.
I'll bury that wish and you along with it!
The D-sword became a hurricane of light as she attacked me.
Takeru!
I'm fine. It was one thing to say that, but I was still feeling the pain from where Kawahara-kun had hit me. And just knocking back Serika's axe was enough to make my body scream.
What's wrong? All that talk and that's all you've got!
Shining beams collided, scattering rainbows everywhere. Sword and sword collided like two magnets drawn to each other.
I'm not done yet!
My lungs hurt like they were on fire. Serika found a hole in my defenses intact. Her D-sword knocked mine upward and threw me off balance. The glowing weapon went straight for my exposed neck. I put my hand up to protect my throat.
Takeru!
The inside of my left wrist was torn open. I felt the heat before I felt the pain. The warm rain fell down and spread the blood into a puddle at my feet. I clenched my teeth hard to keep from passing out, then tried to judge the distance between us again.
What's wrong? You're just going to let me hurt you. If so...
Fierce blade struck again. I just barely managed to move out of the way in time. At this rate, she would kill me. Like Serika said, if I didn't attack her, this was only going to end one way. The pain, exhaustion, rain, and sweat were already blurring my vision. My strength has limits. If I could just land one hit. One hit.
What's wrong, Taku? Is this fun? Is this fun, right? It's fun for me.
I blocked her attack with the blade of my sword and threw her off balance just a little. The air of self-satisfaction vanished from her face and was replaced by fear. I didn't miss my chance. What I wished for, what I truly wished for was not destruction, but instead a future with Minamisawa. That's right. That was my wish. I put all my strength and all my wishes into a single swing of my blade. Serika raised her weapon right in front of me. A bluff? Was it a trap? No! If she counters now, there's no way I can... Huh? I saw her smile. And then... she fell to the ground. I could still feel the sensation in my hands.
Serika.
Red blood spread silently on the asphalt. No, Why? Serika knew exactly what I was going to do. If she wanted to kill me, she could have. So why? It's because of the wish. She really does exist she really does exist solely for Takeru. And as a result, that even means that should that wish change, then, well, so is her reason for existing. And if her reason for existing goes against it, then, well, I can't imagine she's going to exist for much longer.
Taku. Was it fun?
No way.
I told you, right? I just wanted to give you the world you wished for. That's all.
No way.
I was born because you wished for me. But it's not me you want by your side now.
Serika smiled at Nono faintly.
Take care of Taku. Okay? Serika.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Inoue. This is all my fault.
Hey, Taku. Do one thing for me.
Anything.
End me. You're the only one who can. Takaru.
Just like she asked, I took my D-sword and pointed it at her body. However...
What's wrong?
No. I just can't do it.
You're so helpless, Taku.
She smiled happily and grabbed the blade with a shaking hand. And then...
Bye-bye, Taku.
the D-sword went through her body without a sound. Oh no, The girl I had created, the girl who had always supported me, the girl who had always been by my side, was surrounded by a cocoon of light, which then vanished into thin air. The veil of rain that had covered the sky had vanished, leaving behind a stench on the asphalt. I looked up at the crystal clear blue sky and saw a rainbow in the heavens. I could hear the crunching sound of footsteps on gravel, going further into the distance.
No.
No!
Don't look at me!
I was about to turn around, but stopped when I heard the rejection in her voice.
I'm sorry, Takaru. You'll never see me again.
Huh?
But I want you to believe one thing. I lied to you, but I always felt that all of you were a part of my family. Please. Will you believe me?
No.
I'm not Kurusu Nono anymore.
The footsteps started again. Nona was leaving. I would never see her again.
Thank you for everything. Goodbye.
I turned around and saw a small girl. She was facing away from me. It was the first time I'd seen her, even though I'd seen her 1,000 times before. No! I ran after her and grabbed her hand and forced her to look at me.
No, stop!
Why?
I'm not Nono-chan. I don't want you to see his ugly face.
I held her close as she squirmed and tried to look away. I'm sorry.
Takaru?
I was wrong. It didn't matter whether you were Minamisawa Senri or Kurusu Nono. It didn't matter. Senri looked up at me in surprise, and for the first time I could see her face. It was different than Nono's. It didn't have her bright charm or her bold features. But even so, you're part of our family. You're important to me. That hasn't changed.
Takaru?
Tears fell from Senri's eyes. Memories came flooding back to me. That's right. These were the eyes that were always watching me. When I couldn't move and you took care of me, and my therapy hurt so much, and you were there to scold me and encourage me. Whenever I did something stupid and you got mad, whenever you laughed and when you cried, these were the eyes that were always watching over me. And these were the little hands that were always there for me. It was always you. You might have lied to me. You might not have been the real Kurusu Nono after all, but it wasn't the real Kurusu Nono who saved me from the darkness. It was you, Minamisawa Senri. That was the truth. And that was why...
You'll forgive me?
I nodded silently.
Even if I'm not Kurusu Nono?
I told you. You're my savior. You're my family.
Takaru.
I held her tightly, so that she would never go anywhere again. And then... Senri? I said her name. Her real name.
Yes?
Welcome home.
No. Yeah. I'm back.
Humans are temporal beings. I think it was a philosopher named Heidegger who said that. Time moves from the past to the future, and time is what rules over human lives. In that process, the past is lost and new things are born. And as per that process, even the return of the new generation madness gradually began to fade from the people's memories. The girl named Onoe Serika, who was a person of interest in the case, had vanished, and without any firm evidence, it was impossible to know if she ever existed at all. The case came to an end without a satisfactory answer, and the four of us still lived in that cheap apartment.
Here, Yuto. If you don't hurry, you'll be late. Wait a sec. I'll get ready once the show's over. All you ever do is watch TV. Uki-chan's already ready to go. Goodbye. Wait, I'll go too. No. Take care. Bye.
Mornings were always busy like this. Sheesh, you're too loud. The pounding on the wall was another thing we'd gotten used to. She's gonna be mad again later.
Oh, fine. I'll make some cookies and take them to her this evening.
Thanks. I like that you can tell you can tell like what portraits here are supposed to be like. You can tell what they would correspond to if she was still looking like Kurusu.
I never thought this day would come.
Kurusu Nono becoming Minamisawa Senri created no end of problems. Of course, Yuto and Yamazoe weren't sure how to handle it all. Her name and appearance were totally different. I knew it would be impossible for them to think of her as the same person. But inside, she was the same. She'd gone back to looking like Minamisawa Senri, sure. But she was still Kurusu Nono, the cheerful, helpful girl who kept the household running. After a few days of living with her, both of them got used to the idea that Minamisawa Senri was their big sister. Of course, they were family. We couldn't exactly tell everyone else that Kurusu Nono was actually another girl all along. So it ended up that Kurusu went to live with some very distant relatives, just as a new transfer student named Minamisawa Senri came to the school. It was hard for her to rebuild her relationships with her old friends from the ground up, but she pulled it off. Aww. Of course, a few of them...
Oh, ciao, Michiro-senpai. Kurusu... Oh, Arimura-san. Whoops, that's wrong. Minamisawa-senpai.
Sheesh, when are you gonna stop doing that?
It's not that easy, though. You know that, right, Hana?
We told the people who knew about the case the real story. You know, you're in your last year of school. Do you really have to go at all? Ito! Ito! I said the same thing, but he actually looks fine.
It would be sad to just lose touch with everyone.
I guess so. I never would have taken a risk like that just to see the people in my class. But maybe that was just a sign of how she changed. So, what's our club activity for today? Sorry, we've got somewhere to go today. Somewhere to go?
Yeah. What, two of you going somewhere together? Are you up to something naughty?
Bruh.
No, it's nothing like that. I know, I mean, even if you were, you two live in the same part, so it's like, feels like it's a little late for that.
Come on.
Anyway, Takaru, let's go.
Yeah, you're right. We said goodbye to everyone and left. The sky was the same blue color it had been after the rain stopped on that day. We headed for... Nono-chan. It was a grave, far away from Shibuya in the suburbs. The body that had been originally buried as Minamisawa Senri had now been quietly interned in the Kurusu family grave as Kurusu Nono. Kurusu Nono. She was a girl I knew well, but one I never actually met. Senri put her hands together in silent prayer as she faced the cold grave. There was so much she hadn't been able to say, so much that she wanted to say. Kurusu Nono and Minamisawa Senri were finally talking to each other as different people now. The sin of using her. The sin of burying her. the sin of lying. The guilt of those sins would never go away. But even so,
ごめんね。
I'm sorry, Nono-chan.
これからたくさん
There may be a lot of sad and painful things ahead of me,
悲しいこともそれでも
but
私
I'm
は
not going to run.
もう逃げた
I'm
り
going
な
to
んて
face
せず
him as Minamisawa
立ち向かってい
Senri.
こうと思う。それが私に
I
できる
think that's the only thing I can do for you.
あなたへの手向けだと思うから。
the smoke from the incense rose toward the sky, blown about by the wind. And the wind,
頑張って
I know you can do it, Senri-chan.
I thought I heard a voice. Everything that had happened so far was a mix of plots, misunderstandings, miscommunications, and successful efforts. So whenever I wanted to cry at what I'd become,
タクル
Takuro,
これからも
will you
私の
keep
こと
watching over me from now on?
yeah. I take the hand of the girl next to me, feel her warmth, and walk together with her side by side, just like she'd done for me, for the sake of tomorrow, and for our future. We can't listen to
ね
that.
え
Hey, Taku, did you have
楽しか
fun?
った
Why are you so loud? Real Sky End. A hidden story has been unlocked. Okay, hello there. Well, I think you all know that we're gonna go ahead and end it here for... Oh, true. Well, we'll work on that, next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all later. Peace. Gotta leave it.